Hi, so today I'm going to go over why I'm returning the Always pan. So I'd been eyeing the Always pan for a really long time. They were heavily advertising on social media. So I thought I should give it a shot. I also know people who own the Always pan and love it. It all started because I seared a steak on a dry pan on medium-high heat. Our place does say that you can sometimes cook the Always pan on high heat. This was on medium-high heat. It was on a dry pan. I seared a steak, and because it is an oven safe, I preheated a cookie sheet in the oven, transferred the steak from the Always pan onto the sheet into the oven. The steak turned out great, but the Always pan was nearly destroyed. It took me hours to scrub away the burn. The recommendation from a representative of our place said to always use oil, a high smoke point oil. And I do. I use avocado oil, which is a high smoke point oil. And I had no idea that I shouldn't be searing a steak on a dry pan, especially when it comes to the Always pan. And that was not clear to me. Baking soda finally worked. I have only used the natural sponge that they provide in order to remove any stubborn stains on the Always pan. And ever since then, the nonstick has degraded significantly. I have noticed that it has become harder and harder to clean. It's not as non-stick as it used to be. The exterior bottom of the pan has burned. I have a glass top stove. When we would set the pan onto the burners, everything was clean. I don't understand why the exterior bottom has stained and burned so heavily so quickly. I cannot remove it anymore. I used to remove it with a baking soda paste. There are some stains in the pan. You can see that the burn from the steak has left an indelible mark on the pan. For just the one time that I seared a steak on it on medium-high heat, for it to already degrade so significantly, I mean, it shows me that the pan won't last for very long. And it's $145. I've only owned the Always pan for about a month and a half. I've been using it for every meal. Like I said in my review video, the allure of the Always pan is that it's marketed as an all-in-one. I live in a studio apartment. My kitchen is very small. I do not have a lot of storage. I had previously owned like a 10 or 12 piece cookware set from Costco. I was only using like one fry pan and one saucepan, so it really didn't make sense for me to keep that cookware set and have it take up all this space in my kitchen. The one thing that I will miss is the steamer basket. That is by far my favorite. Also, the pan heats up very quickly, so I could steam vegetables quicker than I ever have before. That is really the only thing I will miss about the Always pan. If anything, our place should market that pan as a steamer because I believe that's all it's good for. I love that it was all in one. If I was making a pasta, I could boil the pasta in the pan, use the steamer basket as a colander, quickly make a sauce in the same pan, and it just saved so much time and it was just so much more efficient. The thing that I love about our place is their glassware. It has some heft to it. I have dropped it and it has not shattered. I use it every single day. You can tell it's well made. I can cross that off my list. I no longer will lust after the Always pan, and it's all trial and error. Just like everyone else, I look at something, I do a little bit of research, I will buy it, try it out. If it doesn't work out, I return it. If it does, then I keep it. Isn't that what everyone does? I'm really disappointed because I really wanted it to work. It's like dating, right? I'm dating cookware right now. I need to find my match and figure out what's gonna work for me. Obviously, I'm not an expert. This is just me sharing information as I would share information with my friends. And sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't. That was my review.